Hello and welcome to a scene for Vampire by Gaslight. Today, Cenwyn van der Graaf is going to have a little talk with the Prince, Chevalier de Francois de Barbarac, to discuss a matter that has been on his mind lately and share one of his creations.
Okay. Actually, let's backtrack a bit. Hit to Sir Van de Graaf's little pub and establishment, where he is getting quite inebriated off the spirits of other people who are finding their spirits a little lacking as he's celebrating something. He's putting on his morning jacket and he's singing a little jig. Oh, I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow you'll get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. As he's walking out the door, or he's just singing this, singing the she shanty all the way up to the more richer districts and more of the family face. As the work was hard and the voyage was long, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Sea was high and the gales were strong. It's a time for us to leave her. As what looks to be definitely not a man in the highest of fashions, but one that is conscious that higher fashions do exist. Yes, as he's also holding a very particular job, or which has seen many months, or at least probably 3 or 4 months of very hard work and determination, and it seems like this man is just happy to be alive at the moment. As he approaches the Elysium setup, the known Elysium for the prince. And the wind was foul, and the seas ran high.
The butler will open the door.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and none went by. I am here to take a part in the uh what do we call it now? We're calling the Elysium. Okay, then we're gonna go to that.
Very good, sir. If you'll wait in the parlour.
And it's time for us to leave her. And he just sort of drunkenly keeps singing that song like a jackass.
Yep, the butler does not seem impressed.
Let's see, there's a little fine chair as he keeps singing the damn song. The grub was bad and the pages were low. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Well,
The
now
prince
what's
will,
more, shorts will go, and it's time for us to leave. Oh, sorry, my bad.
the prince will make his way into the room, and he raises an eyebrow at the choice of song.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, well, not your favorite. Not one of your favorites.
I have heard many songs performed somewhat more melodically.
Mm, you did a song for the people, a song of many people, a song of many inebriated people, and those are the choices of the people who that I have chosen to take upon me this very night. Perhaps I made me inebriated of too many of the souls. Oh, Sir Prince Francis, how does this night feed for you?
My night is going quite well.
Oh, well, in that case, I plan to make your night maybe even a little better. You remember about a month ago, maybe actually scratch that, several months ago, of the first time we met. Remember what we discussed?
I believe we discussed several matters. I don't think that that other young fellow, the Tremere, has done much about the university yet.
Like, then I am not to be consulted for other people's work, but I did promise you something a long time ago. I promised to share with you the fruits of my labor, and tonight is the night that I have chosen to show the fruits of my labor. Haver, he says as he's walking about very mm, presentably up towards him. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Do you not smell that?
And he will seem slightly weirded out, but then will actually take a smell, and his face will change slightly as he's like, this person might be drunk and somewhat obnoxious, but that smell is quite intriguing.
He's like, what do you find with your senses?
There's rather a refined perfume, marred
Indeed.
somewhat by the odor of gentlemen that have failed to wash for a while, but nevertheless,
Ah, see, that was what I was talking to you before. I have distilled this tent. It has taken many weeks of hard labor, the sweat of many men, but I have finally distilled it. You know what I'm gonna do with it?
you could certainly manufacture that.
Mm-hmm.
There are many people that would benefit from such.
Ah, indeed, indeed. But I want to give this thing, specifically it is a thing, it is such a rarity. I wish to give it to one of thus due respect, he says, producing a small vial. Oh, if I may give you an example,
And he'll take it slightly, just that little bit too fast, a little bit too eager, that is giving away his interest.
now, Francis, I do respect that you are, in fact, the prince of the domain, and there are certain rules that must apply to all princes of their domain. Am I right? Said the man, sort of haphazardly sloshing about at this point.
That is quite true. His attention is more on the vial than on you at this point.
He's like, I assume there's some very fancy doilies or tables. He's sort of leaning up against it this moment, trying to calm his collection. There is one thing that I have always wanted, but never had the heart to ask of anyone. But you are the prince. I think it's very appropriate to ask of you. I have never had I have never had offspring. I have never had anyone to continue my lineage. I have never had anyone to continue my name or fight for me in the lower courts. You know what that's like? It's like when I'm gone, I'm just gone. There's no one there to take up the mantle. There's no legacy there. You know what I mean? I may do lots of things, but if I have no blood legacy, what am I?
He's going to give you a bit of an odd look because he's fairly sure that this is because you haven't really made much of an attempt to hide it. That you're basically trying to buy him off with perfume.
It's like, I've noticed that the numbers of my clan are somewhat diminished or too small for us to have proper representation. Oh, woe is me, the woes that I have seen in my clan. But what would the prince think of such woes and such predicaments?
It is possible that you might take an apprentice.
I like that word, apprentice, and by apprentice I do assume you mean the particular rights presented to you of your office and domain here.
It would depend, of course, on your ability to raise one responsibly.
Responsibly. Oh, have I not produced this business responsibly? Have I not committed myself to at least, if not the betterment of the control of some of the lower decks? I think that is something you can put squarely on my head and on the heads of other kindred condition as well. But I think I think that I've proven myself have military combat and of subdued response as well.
He's hesitant mostly because you've showed up drunk singing sea shanties, which does not really bode the best for being responsible for a child. um,
Like,
but he's definitely considering it.
oh, perhaps I would not just do this haphazardly. Of course, I would show you the child so that you may, well, consign and to either be a kindred. Whether it may live or die is totally up to you. I will bring you to the candidate 8, and if you say no, well, so be it.
I will give you permission to embrace one child,
One child. I
but
am.
should I in any way come to doubt your capability for raising said child, I will not hesitate to find someone else to ensure their upbringing.
Hmm. You would take the child away. Ah, fair enough. Of, of.
Don't give me a reason to.
Oh, I think I've given you plenty of reason to doubt everything that I'm doing right now. But if you've chosen to overlook everything that I'm doing as of today, hey, I'm very grateful, in fact.
Up to now is not of importance. Once you have embraced your child, do not give me any reason to doubt your capabilities.
Fair trade, fair trade. Hey, if I so could misguidedly fall into some misguided hands, hence the noose is around my neck and domestically so, or it is down to slash. The guillotine set up and prepare, or the hangman's axe very sharp indeed. And all of those other quips that you have about termination of one's soul.
Let's not discuss guillotines. Now, perhaps it is best if you go about your business before I am given reason to reconsider.
Indeed, and with your fair due Prince Francis de Bacacan, may I have my leave?
You may.
Good evening. Starts walking out the door. He's waiting. He's waiting. He's got the chanty in mind. He's keeping the rhythm inside of my head. He's not singing yet. And as
Okay.
you leave, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. No, I'm just going, yeah, that is okay. You have left the prince's house.
Okay, okay. Oh, old man, he don't set no sail. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. We'd be better off in a nice clean gull, and it's time for us to leave her. Feel free to end the scene anytime. I'm just gonna keep singing the song.